So, I really don't know how I'm going to start off this video. Um, I don't make videos like these, but I want to pay my tributes to Mr. Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, Dragon Quest, or not really Dragon Quest, but he's done art for Dragon Quest. And I want to talk about my experiences and my upbringing with the Dragon Ball franchise as a whole. And I've seen a lot of other people on YouTube, like Nanogenics, Rhyme Styles, because I do follow the more Dragon Ball YouTubers, Geekdom 101, um, talk about how Dragon Ball has made an impact on their lives. It definitely impacted my life a lot growing up, and it still holds a special place in my heart. As you can see on the screen, my favorite character is Future Trunks. I got him on my shirt, but just Toriyama. I remembered getting into Dragon Ball Z. I can't remember how old I was, but I want to say I was around 5 or 6 years old. And I remembered the first time I saw Dragon Ball, it was of course the first episode where Goku flies to the Kame house to meet with everyone after so long, and Krillin's like, "So what are you doing? You got a day job? You're babysitting?" And then Goku's like, "No, he's my son." And I and then we get Raditz comes down, kidnaps Gohan, and Piccolo and Goku joined forces to stop him and stuff like that. And I loved every moment of that, and even into Super. I love Dragon Ball Super. Um, Dragon Ball has formed a lot of friendships for me. Many of which of my friends who I talk to this very day will just talk about Dragon Ball this, Dragon Ball that. We'll play the games. I've even got a Goku tattoo. I'll show it off. So that's how much I love this series. It's meant a lot to me growing up. It's got me through some hard times growing up too. Um, I've met so many amazing people into this fandom, and it's I know I didn't know him personally because he was a very private person, but the impact he has had in my life as well as everyone else's life, it just hurts to see that he has passed away. Watching everyone pay their respects to Toriyama, it it made me want to bawl out in tears, honestly, because just the impact he had into everyone's lives and the inspiration that he had on other people, whether it be people on going on fitness journeys, wanting to be an artist, a mangaka, stuff like that. You just you just don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to form all the words. There's no script to this. I literally just got home from work, and this was the one thing I wanted to do. Was to make a video talking about my experiences with Dragon Ball. But I remember getting into debates on which is stronger, SSJ4 or Super Saiyan Blue or even Ultra Instinct at that point, and it's it's just I can't believe it. Honestly, I can't believe he may be gone, but he is not forgotten. No, he is definitely not forgotten. Um, I remembered I remembered my first time playing some Dragon Ball games. I want to say it was either Legacy of Goku 1 or Budokai. It could have been either of those two, but there's this I remember there was this kid that I knew. He was a little younger than me, but I would always go over to his house. We would play Dragon Ball Z Budokai, and I remembered spending the night at his place, just playing a whole bunch of video games, including Dragon Ball Z Budokai, having a blast. I would have to say though, without Dragon Ball, I would not be the person who I am today. I would not be into the animes that I love, and most certainly I would not be into some of the video games that I love today. I remembered, and since we're talking about video games, my very first Dragon Quest game actually was Dragon Warrior 7 on the PlayStation 1. And to see Toriyama's artwork in that game, and think it made me think, oh, this character looks like Goku. This character looks like Gohan. And I remembered having a blast with that game. And I heard that Dragon Warrior 7 from that time when it came out was one of the longest games in the series. Sorry for all the background noise. I live near a military base, and they have fighter jets that fly around, so please excuse that. But but yeah, I would say, yeah, without Toriyama's influence, I would not have loved Chrono Trigger. I have my copy of Chrono Trigger right here. Sorry for the glare, but it is a copy of Chrono Trigger for the DS, um, which has the animated cutscenes, and just watching other anime that even makes references to Dragon Ball is also really nice to see. You could tell that all of the mangaka were inspired by Toriyama's work and his stories, and I really don't know where I'm going at with this video. I'm so sorry, y'all. Um, but as I was saying with Dragon Ball, it's I bonded with my friends and even some of my family with Dragon Ball. I got my niece into Dragon Ball. We watched Dragon Ball Superhero. My sister came along, and we loved it. Piccolo's my niece's favorite character, and I love Gohan. Gohan's one of my favorites, and obviously like Trunks. But that version of Trunks with his Capsule Corp jacket, that's my favorite version of Trunks. Um, I just remember spending countless hours playing Dragon Ball games. And going into more personal details, around the time Dragon Ball Fighters came out, which was an incredible game, I loved it, but it was the night my mom was put in a hospital, and I remembered my mom. She would always she would always joke around about when I would get angry. She would always be like, "Oh, well, she knows Dragon Ball. She knows who Goku is. She knows some of the other characters, but Goku mainly because I remembered growing up, I wanted to be like Goku." Yeah, really, all I could say is that without Dragon Ball, I would not be the person who I am today. I would not have been into anime if it weren't for Dragon Ball. Would have not been into Dragon Quest without Dragon Ball. And it's also one of the reasons why I love martial arts and why I got into martial arts for a little bit of time was because of Dragon Ball. Would have not met any of the friends I have today without Dragon Ball. To this day, I still talk with my friends and will discuss Dragon Ball anything Dragon Ball related. And that will never be taken away from me, even when Toriyama has passed, because we'll keep making new memories. We'll keep bonding over Dragon Ball, especially with Dragon Ball Daima coming out later this year. We will talk about it. We will appreciate it for what it is. And I want to say, Mr. Akira Toriyama, thank you so much for everything. My condolences to you and your family. And may he rest in peace.